The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You've been deceived by an agent of Satan himself. He's evil.
Sitting right here. Come on.
No, he's not. He's not evil. He's just a bit rude.
98 UPD.
Yeah, the LeBron Jordan, who's the greatest of all time, Dick, is a different argument.
Yeah.
Talking to a guy online, just emailing me about LeBron James because we were talking about what a douche he is. And just that, and like I told the guy, I'm like, hey, he does a ton for charity and things like that. There's no doubt, but that doesn't make him likable. Something about LeBron James. Somebody just sent me a meme of him because he had fans removed for saying terrible things. I have a guy who played minor league baseball who was emailing me, and he goes, man, I sat in bullpens in minor league games, and the things those people would say were just awful. And he goes, road games and stuff. He said some would grab, like, your Wikipedia page and find out your family's name and come with mother and sister jokes. And he goes, and don't think we didn't fire back. He goes, because you see, like, they get their kids to say terrible stuff, and then mom and dad would go get a beer and stuff, and then you'd tell them that they were going to his mom and things like that. Like the kid, he's like, oh, we went after it. He went back, but that was our only recourse, was to be mouthy back.
The guy from, New York, who went around.
Robin Ficker?
Yeah,
from
Ficker.
Washington, yeah.
The reason why it worked for him is the minute he got you to respond, the players, he's like, I got you now.
Yeah.
And that was the goal.
And you couldn't have them removed.
And most of the players...
LeBron having fans removed, no matter what horrible, classless thing they said, and if fans are horrible and classless, is an arrogance that just exists in LeBron's mind, because players have been dealing with this for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and he's the one who says, no more Indiana. Nobody says that about me. It's terrible. The fans probably said something dreadful, and people around us said it wasn't racist, it wasn't cool, but they said that they wanted him and his kids to die. LeBron didn't like hearing that, so he stopped the game and had them removed. And then a couple days later throws a finger at the crowd. I'm not saying LeBron isn't great. I'm not saying he's not.
Most of the time,
as a player,
he's a hypocrite, and he steps in it himself an awful lot.
And in that point, if a person starts heckling to that degree, as a player, you let it go because they will
they'll dig their own hole.
They will.
Well, the guy emailed me and he said, "What if I bought tickets to your show and heckled you?" And I'm like, "That's a home game. Like, you buy tickets to my show and heckle me. What are you doing?"
Different deal.
Totally different deal. But I'm saying, even if it's me playing golf or something, like I want to go see John just by himself play golf, and you heckle me, I'm like, what? Why did you buy tickets to do that? You're allowed, but what's the purpose here?
Yeah.
In
and you're
sports,
not even allowed.
The road team takes a beating. The road team takes a beating by the fans because you're the enemy. It's enemy territory. You've walked on our turf.
And in the past, the people that were the hecklers or heckled the most, the road team would leave if they would win or whatever.
Oh, that's how you do them.
Tipping the hat to them.
Yep.
You pulled it off.
That was what even Gary Payton said, who was one of the biggest, just railing other players, not necessarily fans, but he even said, the worst one was John Sally, because he would never, or not John Sally, Stockton, because he would never even respond to me. I couldn't get under his skin.
Couldn't get him.
Yeah.
He just run right by me.
On his game.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what Bron needs to be doing.
Basketball. Love talking basketball. Tonight's game is going to be a monster.
That was the thing about how Jordan could do both. I mean, He'd back up.
Oh, yeah.
He talked a lot, and he could back it up.
That's right. He backed it up.
The worst part of Jordan was, not only did he talk to you, then he poured salt all over what he said. The guy destroyed you and beat you. Like, he mentally broke you down. Going into the game, you knew he was going to do it. You weren't as good as him. And then he told you about it while he was beating you. That's brutal. Muhammad Ali just used to talk the whole fight and get the guy all rattled, and then they do something dumb. That's the whole point of sports. You try to get your opponent rattled so they do something stupid, and you're like, I got you. Rodman used to just stare at Alonzo Mourning sideways, and he wanted to fight him.
Just had his number.
He just did stuff that just got. Yeah.
Bird would just hold your jersey.
Yeah. And Danny Ainge would grab your balls. That was a normal Danny Ainge thing. He'd hit you in the nuts a lot. Basketball. Tonight's game. A big one. Who ever thought November 30th, 2021, we'd be saying, that Suns game's a monster. Tickets on sale. Like my tickets that sold $500 a ticket, the same section, one row behind me, are now $675. This is a big deal for a November basketball game. It's before the season even really has any legs. It's pretty awesome. Suns are a thing. Brady, it's time for you to entertain us all. It's brought to you by my friends at reactdefense.com, the home of Tactical Black. And some things are happening over there right now. You're going to get yourself all loaded up with these gift certificates. They're going fast. They're going crazy. They're a great gift. You get one now, you get a free month. They just add a free month to the whole thing. So you get that gift certificate and you get a whole month for free. And you'll get involved in some of the greatest stuff. Brady, one of you guys wants to come with me. We want to do a thing that shows something. I need to talk to you about that. It reminds me. No. We were doing gun defenses yesterday and things like that. And you said the thing about Kyle Rittenhouse walking around ASU. If you see a guy with an AR-15 walking around and get out of there, Nike defense is the first defense. Run. Get out of there. Don't be part of it. But if it's a guy and you're in the line of fire and you're ready to go, you do the RCAT. Oh, that's the best thing in the world. And we were doing it yesterday, which is just the redirect, control, attack, takeaway. And it is flawless. A gun can only go one direction. If you're in the line of fire, you got to get out of the line of fire. And there's a few ways you can do that. And it's remarkable. And you just get all this adrenaline. It's the zoomies. We were talking about dog zoomies. It's the closest thing I get to zoomies in my life is we get all adrenalized and I just want to run around and run around and run around. It's a blast. And you learn things that can actually save your life or people around you if, heckling turns into gunplay. You never know. It's a mixed up, crazy, weird world. And now with Omicron, you don't know how crazy people are going to get. So have a little something in your tool belt that makes it so you feel a little safer. You're a sheepdog, not a sheep. Be that and do it right now with one of those gift certificates because they're going quick while supplies last. It's a great stocking stuffer you can get right there and stuff it in that Christmas basket. And make the person you care about say, hey, I want you to learn some stuff and be safe and get in shape while you're doing it. It's a great thing. ReactDefense.com. Also, TacticalBlackVault.com's got a lot of cool stuff right now as well. Brady, entertainment.
Will Ferrell and his production partner, Adam McKay, haven't spoken since 2019.
Ooh.
They were partners together and put some comedy gold over the years.
Anchorman.
They were in Gary Sanchez Productions. That was their deal. And the Funny or Die was a big part of it. Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, Daddy's Home, Get Hard.
Adam McKay did The Big Short and won an Academy Award.
Did.
Great movie.
It's an amazing movie.
The reason
better
why,
the more you watch it, too.
Yeah,
the further away you get and the more you know about what was actually happening, it's pretty amazing.
Reason why they haven't spoken since 2019, McKay was doing an HBO drama about the 1980s L.A. Lakers, and Will wanted to play owner Jerry Buss, and McKay gave the part to his mutual friend John C. Reilly. He says, I should have called Will, and I did, and Riley did.
Okay.
Because he's a stand-up guy.
I'm going to wreck it right now.
The last time they spoke, when they decided to end their partnership.
Right. Did you touch my Laker drum set? Did you do it? I just want it to be Step Brothers with Jerry Buss. Did you touch my Laker drum set? Oh, kick your ass. We just become best friends.
George Clooney told a story on that Armchair podcast, Dax Shepard's.
Yeah.
When he had that motorcycle accident in 2018.
Yeah.
He was down on the ground, and he remembers a guy filming him.
Yeah.
He's like, that's where I understood that I'm just there for these people's entertainment.
We don't care about you.
He's like, when the likes overruled the person's life in a way. But Tiger Woods made the big announcement yesterday.
Well, in a way, though, in George Clooney's, to play devil's advocate, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, I see.
But he also lives in an industry where his death on film will get somebody millions of dollars. It's not right.
No.
But we live in a world there where they perpetuate that lifestyle and make it seem like something you would want. And then you realize, in your head, you'd be like, he's okay, he's alive. I got footage of George Clooney laying on the ground after, I'm going to make a ton of money. And it isn't right.
Oh.
But it is a mindset that people have. If you had that film accidentally, you wouldn't be ashamed of it. You wouldn't delete it.
Yeah.
If you were standing there in Italy and you're filming something and George Clooney's motorcycle gets hit and you run over, first off, your brain might not be thinking this might be a celebrity. You're like, I need to keep this on film for, the authorities. And then you find out it's George Clooney. Now you've got gold in your hands.
You'll like this. The Gucci family's not happy with the House of Gucci.
Imagine that.
Yeah. The best is they're not happy that Lady Gaga's character, Patricia Reggiani,
Was played by Lady Gaga.
yeah. She's like, they made her like a good person. They never point that she spent 16 years in prison for ordering the murder of her ex-husband.
Did they get over
Maurizio Gucci.
get over the idea that Al Pacino, for some reason, can't do an Italian accent, which doesn't make any sense at all? She's got a great ass. How come I can't do an Italian accent? It's so terrible.
He phones it in. Have you watched
Andy
any of that?
Garcia does a better Italian accent
It's
than
crazy.
Pacino.
Yeah, Andy Garcia was leagues ahead
Have
of
you
him.
watched it?
I watched a part of it. And
I gotta
I'm like, this
watch
is
it, yeah.
terrible.
Is it bad?
Al Pacino.
Not as bad as Gotti, though,
Al
right?
Pacino is noticeably awful in this. Like, no, it's not as bad as Gotti.
Okay, all
Nothing's
right,
as
okay.
bad as Gotti.
But he tries a little thing.
It's terrible. And then he just stops doing it.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I decided to go back to the old Al Pacino to sound normal again. But
I got a great ass.
every once in a while, I'll pop on with the Italian thing, which is a terrible, stereotypical, crazy, bad. She's a guy in the bottom. It's a classic line I like to throw around.
He'll eventually call for Chris O'Donnell or something.
Charlie, come on in here. Tell me how to do an Italian accent, because I can't. Hey, Charlie, get Chef Boyardee on the line. I need to talk to him. Try to glean some information off of his voice.
Some guy.
This is the Chef Boyardee. How you doing? Yeah, that's it. Keep it up. I need to talk to you about some things.
It's terrible. It's offensive. Brett, you'll be offended when you watch because it ruins Pacino.
Really?
Even more than normal. Like, he's pretty much destroyed his career.
The Gucci's are just worried about, ruining the brand of the fine quality products.
Gucci's fine. We don't care who made it. Ask LeBron. He's got Chinese slaves making it. I'll buy those Nikes all day long.
Some guy went crowd surfing at a Guar show and lost his prosthetic leg. But thanks to Beefcake the Mighty,
Yeah.
stopped it in between songs and said, pro law leg, give it back.
Yeah.
They got it back, and they said it's not the first time someone's lost a body part in the
And that's
Guar
the
pit.
same thing you should do when you're filming George Clooney die. Somebody should say, hey, just for a second there, put the camera down. You've got enough footage.
Guy needs his effing leg. And then the L.A. County Sheriff's Department raided Marilyn Manson's home yesterday.
Yeah. Imagine what they found. And he wasn't there.
He
Also,
wasn't there.
he knew it was coming, so he cleaned it. There's no way that
Exactly.
thing had anything in it. Like, his lawyers aren't stupid. They're like, they're going to come and look at your house, get rid of your silence box and your sex dungeon.
Well, they said they got laptops and stuff like that.
We'll see what's on there. But for
Did
the
they
most
find
part.
a soundproof room?
And by the way, you're
They didn't
allowed to
say,
have a
right?
soundproof room.
I know.
That doesn't prove it's a sex box.
It's called a studio.
Right. Well, I've got a soundproof bathroom because I don't want to listen to girl farts. Gross. I don't want to know that thing.
Acoustic tiles up there.
I've said it before. I like to think of a woman's butthole like a mine shaft that's been closed off since 1947. It has not been functioning for a long, long time, but I can still get in there. I don't need to know that it's got purpose.
Again, to recall earlier this morning, just don't do it with an air gun or,
Yeah. I got an email from a guy who was like, you say all the time, you said this morning not to put things in your butts. Well, you're the one that always talks about going knuckles deep when you're washing. I'm like, okay, you're right. You know what? This guy's dying to put things in his butts, and he needs some clarification. Foreign objects. If you want to clean the old O-ring out.
power air guns.
Go
No.
nuts. Yeah, anything that shoots anything shouldn't be in there. Fact. So we'll clear it
even
up.
for fun.
We'll put a list up on Brady's Instagram page. Good and bad. Safe for, not safe for. That's it. Larry McFeely's coming up next. You guys have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday. Get them Shotgun Blues coming up. That Volbeat Cher. Sing it like Cher. You'll have a doing it. And we're all done. Have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow in the Morning Sickness. So long.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
He said, fully erect.
98 KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.